Hi everybody, Richard Tromans here, Artificial Lawyer TV. Today we're doing another product walkthrough. This time it's with Steno. To tell us a bit more about it is James. Hey James.
Hey Richard, how you doing today?
Very good, very good. Good to have you on the show. Could you tell us just a bit about yourself and Steno, and then take us straight through into the walkthrough? In fact, I will disappear and I'll come back at the end of it. So please take it away.
Sure. My name is James Ehlers. I'm the head of product here at Steno, and today I'm going to walk you through Transcript Genius, which is a tool that we built to help attorneys do transcript review a lot easier than they're able to do it today. I've been with Steno for about 4 years, near the beginning of the inception of Steno, and we build technology to make attorneys' lives easier and to help them litigate better and more efficiently. And Transcript Genius does this in really three main ways. One is to quickly find relevant transcripts and excerpts of testimony by searching with ideas rather than exact text. So you don't have to remember exactly how something was said, but you can find transcripts and testimony by just remembering sort of the gist of what was said. Two, to build customized transcript summaries around any topic at any length or any level of detail that you need for whatever the task at hand might be. And then three, which is a really cool feature, which I'm excited to show you, is what we call interrogation. So you can interrogate your transcripts, ask them any question about the case to the selected transcripts that you want to interrogate. So I'm going to jump right in here. So this is the Steno firm dashboard. This is your one-stop shop for all things Steno. So if you're an attorney, a client of Steno's, you can jump into your dashboard. You can book jobs, you can pay bills, you can download video files, transcripts, reschedule jobs. All of that is here just a couple clicks away. We've now just launched our new transcript review tool called Transcript Genius. So if you click on your Transcript Genius tab, the first thing you're going to see is a list of all of your transcripts. So as soon as you do a job with Steno, that transcript gets produced. We get it back from the court reporter. It automatically gets added to your transcript directory in Transcript Genius. So you don't need to load these in yourself. There's no manual sort of getting your transcripts in here. They're all right here ready for you as soon as they're been produced. So in Transcript Genius, we've got a way to find transcripts. Like I said, the first main feature of Transcript Genius is to quickly find relevant transcripts. So you can filter by witness name, by case, or by the attorney that's litigating that case. And then you can search by ideas, like I said, so keywords and phrases rather than the exact text that you're looking for. So I'm going to narrow this down to a case that I'm working on today. In the Phillips case, I'm going to search for elder training, spell it right, elder training transportation. So what I'm looking for is some testimony about maybe how the nursing staff was trained on how to transport elders, right? I don't know exactly how the testimony was worded, but I know sort of this is the idea I'm looking for. So if you read through some of the search results we have here, there's two sections that you'll see. One is anything that includes similar references to the phrase that I've typed in here. And then, of course, we've got the exact matches. So down here at the bottom, it's going to highlight the exact words I was looking for: training, transportation, training, right, elder. But up here in the similar references, you're going to find words or ideas that are similar or semantically similar to the phrase I typed in here. So you'll find things like senior citizen and escorting and any sort of version of the word train, training, trains. So you can see in this excerpt that, some of the words, for example, elder is not really mentioned in here. It says escort a senior citizen. So it'll take what I've typed in and find any sort of excerpt that's similar to that. So once you've found the transcript that you're looking for, you can hit this interrogate button, and it's going to launch the Transcript Genius interrogation tool. So this is behind the scenes using generative AI to read the transcript and allow you to ask any sort of complex questions that you need to. So of course, it can create summaries, and you can ask it for specific summaries. I could ask it for a summary on the issue, to give me all of the testimony related to training. But you can do more complex tasks. For example, I can ask it to create a timeline of events related to the fall of Cheryl Phillips, who is the plaintiff in the case. Now, this is doing this all live, so this isn't the special demo I've prepared for anybody. This is exactly the speed out of the box you get with Transcript Genius. So you'll see it's generated a timeline of events before the fall and, approximately. So as Ashley Hawkins in this transcript testified, it will bring out a timeline of those events. Now, the important thing to remember when you're using generative AI is that it can make mistakes. We all know this. I'm sure you've seen the horror stories of attorneys publishing documents, citing, fake cases, and, getting disbarred for that kind of stuff, right? So, what you need to do is make sure you review your responses that you get back from any generative AI tool you use. And we've made that really easy for attorneys to do by adding linked citations. So all you need to do is click on the linked citation, and it'll bring you to the places in the transcript where it's citing this from. So in addition to things like creating a timeline, I'm going to just drop in another prompt here. If you want to do sort of additional research, maybe for upcoming depositions in the case, the attorney can ask it questions like, suggest additional witnesses that should be deposed to prove that Avant-Garde was negligent, and suggest questions that should be asked. So this one's really a complex prompt because the transcript genius needs to understand sort of what the key elements are, first of all, that are required to prove negligence, and then suggest other witnesses that it thinks may be relevant based on the testimony of this witness. So you can see it's suggested a few of the witnesses that were mentioned in the transcript, as well as some follow-up questions that the attorney may want to ask of them in subsequent depositions. I'm going to go back to our main page here, and I'm going to run another search query. This time, I'm going to be looking for the training coordinators that were the experts in the training. So I'm just going to type in training coordinator experts. I'm going to look down here. I know we've already interrogated the Ashley Hawkins transcript. I know there's some testimony about training in there. So I'm going to click this plus button here that adds this to the transcript cart. We built Transcript Genius to be able to interrogate across multiple transcripts, which is really helpful when you want to compare testimony from multiple different witnesses. So I want to see how Ashley testified on the issue of training versus how Amina, another nurse at the facility, testified about training. So I'm going to see that I've got two transcripts loaded up here in my transcript cart. I'm going to hit interrogate transcripts. It's going to load this up into Transcript Genius. I'm going to ask, did the witnesses testify inconsistently on the issue of training? Now, in real time, Transcript Genius is reading through both of these transcripts and trying to find any testimony given by either of them that may be inconsistent specifically about how they were trained. So while this is generating, I'll show you another feature we've got here. You'll see that the citations now that we have two transcripts in here, have gotten a little bit more verbose, which is great because you want to know exactly which transcript's being cited. But you can also turn this off so that you can change your citations to these numbered citations to cut down on the clutter when you're viewing the interface. So Transcript Genius has gone through Amina's testimony. It's also gone through Ashley's testimony. And of course, you can check by clicking these linked citations. It'll open the appropriate transcript, show you exactly where it's coming from. And then down here, it's done its analysis. Based on these testimonies, we can conclude that the witnesses did testify inconsistently on the issue of training. And it pulls out each of the sort of relevant differences there. Back to another example, we were talking about the attorney is really looking to see if there was neglect on behalf of the Avant-Garde Corporation and the nurses in this case. So you can ask a question now that you've got multiple transcripts queued up here, and ask it to find all the evidence that exists in these transcripts to support a claim of negligence. So again, it's going to need to know or understand what the key elements are needed to prove neglect, and then find the relevant evidence to support that claim. So first, Transcript Genius acknowledges that it needs to support four key elements: duty of care, breach of duty, causation, and damages. And then it goes through each one and tries to find within these transcripts where there's evidence to support these. So if you're trying to build a case, this is really helpful. If you're trying to find evidence to, refute a argument or material facts stated in a motion for summary judgment, for example, if you were opposing one or writing one even, it's a really efficient way of extracting evidence to support the claims or arguments you're trying to make. So that is the interrogation tool demo. I'll point out one more feature that's really cool. We get this question all the time.
Go for it.
Is about what do we do if there are transcripts that we didn't take with Steno? So when you sign up for Steno, you do a job with us, your transcript's automatically going to get loaded in here. But say you've got opposing counsel, maybe noticed it with another vendor, or you've just joined Steno and somebody dropped a case on your lap, and you need to get your transcripts in here from other cases that we didn't do. That's just fine. We've got a way for you to easily upload all of your transcripts that you want to use with Transcript Genius, and we don't charge you anything extra to bring in other transcripts. We want you to use the tool. We want you to be able to litigate efficiently. You literally drag and drop this file in here, click submit. Transcript Genius is going to go through that transcript, index all of the relevant information for you, and make sure that it's going to be searchable in Transcript Genius, and you can interrogate it immediately. So that's Transcript Genius.
Fantastic. Thanks, James. Really comprehensive. Thanks for the walkthrough. Just a couple of quick questions for the viewers. Obviously, this is generative AI, or at least that's a key part of this. What kind of LLMs are you using for this, if you can say?
Sure. We use Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Opus.
Second question, because this will be connected to e-discovery and that type of work, what other legal tech products does this connect to?
Well, right now we've got integrations with Clio and Litify case management software. That allows you to view all of your Steno jobs and book your jobs just like you would through the firm dashboard here, right within those platforms. Now, we don't have this connected to any e-discovery platforms yet. It is something that we are considering doing in the future. That said, I think one of the considerations we're making, and when we're hear from other attorneys, is hey, I want to get my files over here. I want to be able to do more of this analysis. We ask ourselves, with the e-discovery platforms, they're designed to sort of load thousands and thousands and thousands of documents in there.
Mhm.
Do you want all of those documents over here? Do you want a selection of those documents? And so right now it's sort of like we'd like to allow the attorneys to cherry pick the files they want to bring over to Transcript Genius so that they've got more focused sort of analysis that they're doing here versus sort of the broader focus that the e-discovery tools are doing. So right now, I wouldn't say that Transcript Genius is trying to position itself to compete against e-discovery tools, right? This is more of a the sort of the big differentiator for Transcript Genius versus some of these other tools is the fact that it can that it's designed for transcripts, right? You saw the citations in there. There's no other tool right now that is doing citations like we are.
Fantastic. Yeah, so it's much more of a narrow focus tool. And just very last question, if someone's watching this and they're interested, how do they get hold of it? How do they bring it aboard?
Well, as soon as you sign up for Steno, you'll get Transcript Genius out of the box. So um, there's a couple steps involved for making sure that you enable this for your firm or for specific users at your firm. We have
Mhm.
controls to manage who has access to it. I know some firms are sensitive about the use of AI, so we don't just flip the switch on for everybody unless they specifically want to use it. But it's a free tool that you get when you sign up with Steno.
Fantastic. And I'm sure there's much more we could talk about, but that's all we've got time for today. So thank you very much, James, and look forward to hearing more about the company in the future. Thank you.